So, in this video today, we're going to be telling you what to expect, tips and tricks for racing, and introducing, if you haven't seen it already, our little collaborations with a couple of companies and brands that we've got involved in the mix.
Hint, hint. Numero uno, Wolverson. We've got the new air bikes, which I think are a lot smoother than the originals. I think the calories go a little bit slower.
I was going to ask you that next. So it's going to be, is like, which bike is more forgiving on the calories, so harder work or easier? So which bike gives you calories easier, the Classic or what we're upgrading to, the Assault bike Pro X?
Yeah, so I think the Pro X is smoother.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of easier whilst you're on it to kind of build up calories. But when you're switching over, on the old one, when you switch over, you might get like 1.5 calories.
In the change, yeah.
But on this, you don't. You get like 0.2, 0.3.
If you can be smart with the change and you can dispatch the bike easy enough, you can jump off whilst the pedal's moving still.
Yeah.
And your partner can jump on so it never really stops.
Yeah, whereas on the Pro X, I think it's not as forgiving on that. What do you reckon?
Don't know, to be honest, I haven't played on the Pro X enough to be able to give it, but I remember going on it in Wolverstone and I remember thinking, it felt, like you said, it felt smoother, not as noisy.
No.
But it felt like the calories were slower going up.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. Sandbags. But we'll go in order because we've got Assault bike and then we've got kettlebells, which I think the kettlebells, even though
slightly heavier,
actually easier to carry because of where the weight is. The weight is directly under your hand rather than it being ahead and behind. So they are actually a little more comfy to hold. So I don't think people will get hurt as much as what they might think on the weight, even though it's a kilo heavier each hand for the women and it's 1.5 heavier each hand for the males. I think it's probably going to be easier to grip.
It's weird, isn't it? Because like a kettlebell, because the weight is underneath you. It's not in your hands like a dumbbell.
Yeah.
The weight's underneath you. I personally feel like farmers carries are easier to do with kettlebells than what they are dumbbells. Yeah. So like the 1.5 kilo increase or 1 kilo increase won't actually be.
No. What would you prefer to do it with? Would you prefer 22.5 dumbbell or 24 kettlebell?
Yeah, they just sit better, don't they?
Yeah. Sit right under you, don't you?
Yeah.
And then they're really cool as well. They look really smart.
Yeah, they're sexy. Like the 16s for the women's like a bright yellow.
Yeah.
And then the boys are hello, come in. The men's 24s, they're like a green.
Like a green.
It's a darker green, isn't it?
It's nice. They're really nice. And then we've got the sandbags. And I've actually bought some of these sandbags for my place, and they're a level up from the plates.
Oh, without a doubt.
Massively. They sit comfy on your back.
Yeah. I'm going to say something as well, right? Wolverstone used to do the sandbags at High Rocks, and they now have centre. Wolverstone sandbags are better than the centre sandbags.
1,000,000%. We've been through someone else. We won't name names, but another PT has said the same as well.
Have they?
Yeah.
You tell me who it is after?
I'm in Nice. No, but
I can't even do a video about it. By the way, I told you I'm going to High Rocks World Championships again this year. Nice, Chicago.
So I think the quality. I'll get your t-shirt. The quality of them is better.
Yeah.
And I think they sit comfier with where the handles are. They've got more options of where the handles are. One thing that I would say, which will be coming like the tips bit, but it's easier to pass the plate than it is the bags. So I think people, if they haven't practiced with that, I think they need to practice or just know how they're going to pass the bag over.
Do you know what? We have
a plate goes.
I just thought that, I'm only going to say it because while we're on it, and I'm not bothered about it, they can drop the bag on the floor. Didn't mean to swear, sorry.
They can drop the bag on the floor.
I don't understand why that's such a big deal. I suppose do you know, in High Rocks it was a busier race. I suppose actually it's a health and safety issue for people. Yeah. They drop it and someone's lunging behind them, they might trip on it.
Yeah.
But we're all about not health and safety.
This is where you had a penalty for that in London.
I didn't drop it.
No.
I'm not going to mention who did. It wasn't us racing together.
It was Rory who dropped it.
Don't blame it on Rory. Rory's the same.
So I think, even if, like we will say, people can put it on the floor if they want, but it's going to be more time efficient if they were to pass it over, right?
Yeah.
So either the person goes, we'll do it in the tips anyway, but someone passes it over and we go back.
I never thought that, I just popped in my head that we never spoke about it.
Yeah, I think they can pass it, put it down, but that will take more effort and it'll take more time to do, so I think...
And my favourite thing about the Wolverson equipment out of all of it is you lot all had a chance to buy it and it's all gone. So you won't be able to get a chance to buy it anymore now.
All gone. It's quality as well.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So, and then we've got, so that's Wolverson.
That's Wolverson.
Then we've got
MyZone. So MyZone are like heart rate monitors. You're going to be able to, on the day, we'll send an email out with this and you'll have all the information, but you'll be able to access a MyZone belt and you'll be able to race in it and see all the information. So if you're unsure about, if you've got a heart rate monitor at the moment and it's not going too well for you with it, or you don't really know what you're looking at, MyZone will be there and they'll give you all the information. They'll tell you what type of athlete you are in terms of like what type of structure or approach you should have to each race, whether you go out hard and try and maintain or whether you're a slow builder, for example. They'll be able to give you all that data at the end of it as well. So it's going to be really cool to be able to access that sort of, if you want to trial it first, you will be able to do so. And then they will give you a little tutorial when you finish the race about how your race went. They'll be able to see and look at it, what you struggled with. So in terms of going away after the race and focusing on what you can improve. Because one of the things with Wolverstone and MyZone that what's really, Jack and I are really focused on making sure that we don't just get random brands in here for the sake of having brands in, is that they're going to improve the athlete experience and they're going to improve your performance outside of the gym as well. And then MyZone do that with the heart rate monitors, and then Wolverstone also do that with obviously ramping up the kit and giving you a better experience whilst you're in the race as well.
Yeah.
So
I feel as though MyZone as well, with having them on board, with the heart rate monitors, but knowing what zones you should be training at, and you can obviously access that from MyZone. After 4.0, when it comes to 5.0, that big block in between, your training could be, you could say that's in so much more depth because you've got all that data.
Yeah.
And also what is really cool as well, and it comes with the packs, when you buy them, you can wear the ones on your wrist and on your forearms.
Put them up here as well.
Yeah, which is cool because some people don't like it around here.
I'm not a fan of it there, but like, again, I'm not saying it because they're helping us out, they're involved, we're collaborating with them. Their chest strap is really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like when I used to go running with my Garmin one, there'd be, I just feel like it was dead tight and it was just like, I haven't felt that once.
It's either dead tight or it slips down.
Yeah,
and this one it doesn't.
This one hasn't shifted, like that's what, again,
I don't actually know what that is.
Have you tried?
Yeah.
It's bonkers. It doesn't move.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's cool. You heard? Tips and tricks for HybridX 4.0. So we've got tips and tricks.
Go
Each
through station.
We'll station it first.
So you've always got to bear in mind.
So we'll go
run.
Well, the run to start.
Run, bike.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Jack? So just in case you haven't heard before, Jack's been to Nice. So he's an elite level hybrid.
That's 2
athlete.
videos out of 2 there now.
We're going to get it in everyone.
Yeah.
So he's going to give you what he would do as he approaches his race.
For 4.0.
For 4.0.
So we go in running.
Yeah.
We start off the run.
600 metre run.
600 metre run.
Come on, let's get your trousers.
Shoes on. So we'll go. You can't start off too hot. I mean, there'll be people who try and set the pace, but they might go in there blind. So it could be a case of blind leading the blind. You go, oh my God, they've started off fast. So then you go too fast and then you're with them and then everyone else just blows up. I think you should know your pace for the day. That should have been gone through already. Then you'll come into the air bike, so you haven't burnt out from that first 600 metre run. Then you'll come into the air bike. What tactics are you on air bike? What are you saying?
Don't spunky load.
Don't speculate. I think one thing that people struggle on is they'll go off time. Sorry, they won't go off. They'll
go off calories over time.
They'll go off calories and not time. So say if it was me and you, say if you're like a lot more powerful and then you do 15 calories and it takes you 30 seconds and then it takes me, you hop off and then it takes me 45 seconds, then all of a sudden you've had more rest, you're more powerful, you've had more rest, and then I hop off, you blast yours out, I'm still catching my breath, and then I've got to go back on there. Whereas I feel as though you're better off going,
come on then.
I feel as though you're better off going on time, aren't you? Like if you're going like 30 seconds, say if it's pretty even, you go like 30 seconds each.
On your head.
Oh.
I think you're right with the time thing, because you might start off with the intentions of doing 10 calorie swap, and it might take 30 seconds to start off with, but as you're progressing, fatigue builds up, and those 30 seconds might turn into 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So rather than it be like, and then obviously it's your output for those 60 seconds that might raise your heart rate too high, and it's so hard to recover from.
Yeah.
So it would be smart with your choice. If you can do 30-second bouts, that's I think that's a good marker to have.
I think so.
And don't hit it too hard.
No, and it might end up mean, if someone's like struggling straight away, then it might mean that someone ends up doing 30 seconds and then the next person does 20 seconds, and then you can switch it like that, rather than someone waiting, because someone might go 15 calories and then they do 10 quite quick and the last 5 are dead slow, at which point you should have just switched over anyway, because they're getting more gassed and they're obviously gassed after 10 calories, and the other partner's raring to go, so you might as well just switch over. So I think that's a big one on the air bike as well. Switching over on the air bike, it's like getting on and off quickly, so that should be something that's practiced beforehand as well.
I think I just think it's the first, I think it's probably the part of the race where people can either kill it or make it for themselves, and it's the first phase, and it was always our intention putting that there as well. We wanted to see like what tactics people would do into it, and we knew the fact that, I'll give you a bit of advice. I've got a member, not to mention his name, but he knows exactly who he is. We never do 25 calorie bouts.
No.
On the first ever event we did, he decided, do you know what? Today's the day. We're going to do 2 sets of 25. He did 2 sets of 25 with him and his partner, and it crushed them. So be like, don't make anything up on the day. Stick to what you know. And just execute on what you know. That's
short and sharp, isn't it? Short and sharp. And then we're going into farmers carries, which we've got a different layout this time on the farmers carries, so they are going to be longer lengths, so there's going to be less turning. So I always feel with that, if you've got a longer length, you can build up a bit of speed, whereas if they're shorter length, you've when you've built up a bit of speed, you've got to slow down to make the turn. So it's going to be like 50 meters, 50 meters, 50 meters, 50 meters.
So we're going up against the long, the farmer's carry is moving. So if you've done it in the past, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 is now going to be on the wall. So it's going to be 50 meters one way, 50
kind of where the run's
back.
been, isn't it?
Exactly that. For the fact that we're going to put in another channel of spectators between where the bike will be and the sleds.
So I think on that, you're probably better off. It's hard. There's 2 different options here. I think you either go one change and someone goes the 50 and 50, 100 meters, and then you switch and the next person does it. Or if there is someone who is a much better runner than the other one, I think they need to be doing, say, like 80 meters, the next person does like 40 or 60, and then the faster runner finishes that off. So they're coming into it. Obviously, they will probably get into it a little bit before their partner. Obviously, the partner's got to wait anyway, but they're off first. Then they can have a little bit of a break whilst the slower runner does the middle section, and then that quicker runner goes into more fatigue for the next run.
Perfect. Beautiful.
What are we saying? Sleds.
Sleds is another one of those that can kill you, can't it?
What do you think? What do you say on there? Because I've got one big part, big comment. So I think if you were to look at another fitness racing brand, HybridX, the length are 12.5 meters. So ours are 25 meters.
It's like Peter Andre or Mysterious.
In ours, so in HybridX, people will push it 12.5 meters, and then their partner will push it 12.5 meters. Whereas in HybridX, you never see someone push it really a full length and then a full length. So I'd be splitting it like every kind of quarter. 7, So you'd split it into quarters. Or if there's someone again who's a much faster runner, maybe they'd do the first third, the second partner would do the second third, and then they'd do the last third. So I think people push it too far. They look at it and go, I'll get it to halfway. But the halfway is a massive stint.
Yeah, it's big, yeah.
So I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, and I think that's where their legs burn out. Especially like in singles, you haven't got that beauty, but you could stop every kind of quarter and have a little shakeout and then go on to the next stint. And then on the sled pull, you could do the same. Obviously, it's a bit more messing around, changing over on the sled pull. So you could probably get away with doing a half or again in thirds. But the push is so easy to change over that you might as well cut it down into 4s. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think quarters is a good tactic for that.
Yeah.
Because like you say, it's quick. I think it's like you say, when we're talking about the bikes, you can push yourself too far and it can ruin the rest of your race. You can sort of be in control of a quarter before you feel like your legs pumped up too much.
Yeah. Because that was horrible anyway.
Yeah, and I always think as well, it's like good communication all the way through this.
100%.
You can have a strategy, but then it might change halfway through because someone's goosed or they're a little bit more tired on the day. So it's just like loads of communication all the way through.
We always say this, like on a sled push, if you're pushing it and you're almost done, like you can feel your legs coming up, they're burning, you just give your partner a shout, 3, 2, 1, quite loud, and then your partner's straight in. So it's not as though you stop and your partner goes, oh God, I didn't know you were stopping that, and then I'm in. Like they know because you've counted them down and they're straight in. So I think, massively communication, you're right.
Yeah. Row
in your boat.
Similar to the bike, I think. But I think like the thing is with the row is it's way more faffy getting in and out.
100%. I think you've got to do longer stints.
You do longer stints. Similar to the bike, just longer stints. Just to save getting out, strapping back in. I think as well, if you can get the strap to a point where it's just tight enough, you don't have to loosen it in and do it all the time. I think you see too many people go in and loosen it, go in, tighten it so much that they have to loosen it again before they get out. So it's like you can have it so it's just tight enough that you can still row, but you can literally slip your feet in and out as well.
I also think that the row, obviously, you need to be doing longer stints than the air bike because of that faffiness of getting in and out. You can't just hop straight on and go. So I think like probably a minute is 45 seconds, a minute is a good stint. But I also think that if someone is really gassed, that is the perfect time to kind of like go, right, we're resetting now. Because you don't have to move. If your partner is frigged, you're on the rower, your partner can stay still. They can catch their breath. So if it means that partner who's going all right does 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes on the rower, let their partner catch their breath and then they're back in the game, then happy days. If your partner or if you are struggling at that point and your partner's okay, then they can go for a bit longer, catch your breath, and then you're back in the game for the second half, aren't you?
What did we do in HybridX when we did it? You rode, I did the middle, you rode. Was it 250, 500, 250? Yeah. That's obviously 1,000 metres.
Yeah. I was about 1,500 metres, 100 calories.
You were significantly better at running than me, so it was...
But then it worked well tactically, didn't it?
Yeah.
So always make sure, again, with everything, that the faster runner is finishing off that exercise. Because the slower runner, will be probably going at about the same pace as the faster runner, but under fatigue.
I wasn't.
So yeah, I think that's a good tactic.
I always remember when we did it in Glasgow, I did the 500 and I was just lying flat on the mat and the judge came over and she goes, can you stand up please or kneel up? You can't lie like that. And I was like,
I've got to run now anyway. But yeah, I think longer stints, and then it's a good time to reset. If someone has gone out too quick, they can just sit there or kneel there or stand there. Not lie there. And reassess, and then they're good for the second half.
Burpee broad jumps.
I think somewhere.
So let's just. I was speaking to someone about this today. Like, we'll use us as doubles, and when we did HybridX again, when we didn't do this, we did 5 rep swap, I think, and then I think I asked you to do 10 one time. You are significantly better than me at doing burpee broad jumps. Like so much so, it doesn't even touch the sides in terms of your heart rate. You're well good at it.
I'm lighter on it.
Yeah, 30 kilo.
Lighter, powerful.
Short durations. So it's like, if someone's better at taking the load on a station, let them take the load. I think sometimes people are too proud in the fact that they have to be,
I've got to do 50-50 or 60-40. Yeah.
Whereas like, I think that if we were to do it again, I'd be like, you do the majority of the burpees because I'll be able to run better out of it again. Yeah. So I'd say that with, even if, like I said to you before, is 5 rep swap, 5 rep swap, I could be dying on the 5 rep swap and you're fine. You just let you do 10s. Yeah. Like, you do 10 burpees, I come and do 5 all the way through.
100%, yeah. And as long as that, again, the faster...
What have you done with your faster runners, out of interest?
What do we do?
Like Tom and Warren, Dalt.
I mean, so going back to Dalt's the latest one, isn't it? So it's 80 metres. Yeah. I must have done 30. Then he done 30. And then I think I'd done 20, or maybe it was about 30, and then maybe he done about 40-ish. And then I done, I'd done the start and I'd done the end, and he'd done a good stint in the middle.
Yeah.
We probably could have done with doing smaller blocks. But once you kind of feel as though you're in a good movement and you're still going at a good pace, again, this comes back to communication, because our tactic before was from the outside point of view. So if I'm doing burpees, he can see better than me if I'm slowing down. Sometimes you get so built up and I don't know if I'm going quick or not. So it was communication. I said to him, if I'm going slower and you think I can go quicker, tell me to get to a side. Yeah. Because you're not going to fall out about it. You both want to go as quick as you can. You what? But yeah, in terms of if someone is similar, 5 to 10 reps each. If someone is
weaker.
Yeah, if you've got a faster and a slower, someone could end up doing say 10 or 15. Yeah. And then someone could end up doing 3 or 5, just so that quicker person can just catch their breath and go. And again, the faster runner has to finish with at least 8 reps, isn't it? Because if you're finishing off with 3 reps, then it's pointless. The slower one hasn't. So you've got to finish off with at least kind of 8 reps, but make sure that faster runner goes last.
Walking lunge.
I think similar to the burpees. I mean, not as many switches, but I'd say if you were even, I'd say you've got to be going at least 10 meters, maybe up to 20 meter and swap. If you're a faster, if you've got a faster and a slower partner, you're probably going 20 and say a 10 or an 8 meter, wouldn't you say?
Definitely on this one though, because obviously it's so leg heavy, is that you finish with the stronger runner finishing the lunge.
Massively.
Definitely.
So you same as the burpees, it's pointless. The stronger runner doing the last 10 meters, the stronger runner has to do the last 15, 20 meters to even it out. Yeah. Or otherwise that stronger runner would probably go, well, I'm still waiting for him and I've finished the lunges, probably because you haven't finished off with as many as what you should have. So give him time to get some feeling back in their legs, isn't it? And
then ski. Ski's just about just sending it. It's your last few minutes of the race. Yeah. Just get in there and just smash it.
I mean, something that we've got that other companies don't is you can pass the handles over. Yeah. And I think it's seconds, but it can save seconds. And again, like we were saying with communication, you said, if you're going, let the partner know, go 3, 2, 1, pass it over. Yeah. As well, it's something that I've kind of put into my guys in class and whatever. Know it's only something small, but know what side you're getting off, because people bump into each other and try and get on and off the same side. So if you're saying you get off on the right, you come on the left, so you go 3, 2, 1, pass them over to that side, and I'm off that side, and you constantly just do that, so it works smoothly, doesn't it? Rather than going 3, 2, 1, have it. Oh God, where am I going?
Dancing around.
Yeah. So it's just efficient, isn't it?
And there you have it, tips and tricks with hybrid athlete Jack Kelbrick, who's been to Nice and going to Chicago.
I'll get your top.
Do's and don'ts before race day. Jack Kelbrick, hit us with number 1.
So go, number 1, nothing new on race day. So no new gels, no new breakfast, no new trainers. Should all be done in training already. Sorted.
Beautiful.
Number 2?
Number 2 is be organised. Get your kit out the night before. Nice. Organise your prep time so you know what time you're getting there beforehand. And number 3?
Number 3 is have your tactics sorted, or a bit of a base with your partner so that you know kind of how you're going to attack the day. Number 4?
Number 4 is be there an hour early so you can suss out the structure of the workout and also get a good warm up and know your start time.
Perfect. Number 5 was how to get there so you can have a stretch and a warm up. So Rob's dived into it, but you can have a proper stretch, proper warm up, the same as you would before working out anyway, in a PT, in a class, before you go yourself.
And then the bonus one, enjoy your race.
Yeah, fitness is always the winner.
Fitness is always the winner.